I suppose really fishing and doing peat and growing things, you did it from sheer necessity then. Now we just do it for fun. Maybe we're gluttons for punishment. Maybe that's why we do it. That's the masochistic streak in us, the Celt.
Just a wee.
I suppose cutting peat is our last connection with the land. I mean, whereas we used to have cattle and sheep, and we're now down to just cutting peat and catching fish and doing a bit of gardening. We are fairly self-sufficient, food and fuel. Since we got the turbine, we're pretty well 100%. Using the wind, it's been the bane of most people's existence here. Since people settled here. So why not use it to make life easy? So you're working with the wind rather than against it.
The old man, he lived in a house in the road, Croft number 5 at the time. That was his father's house. And his sisters, he would come, on leave from the First World War, and his gun, his rifle was his constant companion. He insisted that, I don't know if he took it to bed with him, but he certainly insisted on taking it into the house, and his sisters would say, "Take that thing out of here, it's been used to kill people, we don't want it in the house." He was born in 1898 and he ran away, and he was actually in the trenches at 16. I think life in these hovels they lived in then was even worse than life in the trenches.
But don't think for a minute that you live in the land of milk and honey out here. You don't. The land doesn't give up things that easily. In Lahaina, it's pretty poor land. They were really fishermen's holdings. You were expected to make most of your living from the sea. So traditionally you fished for lobster, crab or herring or whatever was marketable at the time.
It's living in a wild environment. I mean, the first year or 2 you're here, you think, oh my goodness. But after a wee while, you know what to expect and you just get on with it. You have no choice.
If people are really forced, like fishing or planting potatoes or, sort of growing things, if they really have to, an empty stomach will soon teach you how to do things, and, you might get it wrong the first year, but you learn. It's just, humanity is very adaptable.
Somebody's done them already, actually. Signs are there. The bait's eaten. Somebody's been guy next door. He was out suspecting him for a while. We'll get to what people used to do in the olden days is unlay the rope and put half a razor blade in there and there, there and there. And the next day you would look around to see who's got the bandages. But we don't have to resort to that. We just do it for fun.
Skipper was quite a metropolis.
It was. There was a pier, there was a shop, there was a steamer. Steamer used to call there. Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't.
You could hop on a steamer there and be in Glasgow in a day.
Yeah.
Whereas there are crofts going a long way out, and I suppose people just gave up, living out there and trying to eke a living from the sea and the land.
You have to welcome change because change is inevitable. But what is change?
Well, change is really cutting grass, for the sake of making it look pretty. If you were to do that way back in the 70s, you'd be the laughing stock of the place.
Then you get a suburban wife and you're stuck with
grasses for sheep and cattle to eat,
Not saying, these sheep ate my flowers. You can't eat flowers. Just the weather's not so good as it used to be. You used to be able to get lots of things ready by the end of June, and this year there was nothing ready by the end of June. You don't know whether to blame the seed or whether to blame the year or what it is, but just
global warming.
Things aren't growing so well.
There's hardly any fish left, yeah. There's virtually nothing worthwhile left. It's been cleaned out. Which is a pity, but I can decide to catch 6 less whatever I catch, but that's not going to make any impact on the biomass that's not there anymore. The powers that we say that, herring and mackerel stocks are very healthy, but the indications that we see show that they are far from it. Well, sometimes you hit them and you get a few boxes, but mainly you got to search pretty hard. It took 300 years to fish it out, but it'll take a damn sight more, for the biomass to come back, if it ever will, They're all chasing that last lobster or that last herring or that last salmon, It's totally changed. Big trawlers. What they call a good catch, a couple of 1,000 tons, when you have trawl nets the size of 4 or 5 football fields, trawling for prawns and what little whitefish they get. Dredging for scallops, that ruins the seabed totally. It also ruins your next few generations of scallops that are not marketable. But it's okay. They're licensed to fish, That makes it okay. They have a license to do it. It's quite legal. Yeah. Our generation have more or less wasted the resources of many coming generations. We've been far too profligate, total wasters. You need more people like me that are recycling things. If you look at what's happening now with the fracking thing, let's get that oil out, let's use it to temporarily sort out the economy, you know. It's for today and fuck tomorrow, you know. Yeah. Everything's for the immediate future, and to hell with other generations that are coming afterwards. And people are going to suffer, and I think very, very badly, for our wastefulness. Anyway, let's not get upset about it, eh?